This is like my fourth time recording this, so hopefully it goes well. My name is Jin Vyers, and I will be presenting the case of Kennedy v. Bremerton School District. Over here, we got the petitioner, Joseph A. Kennedy, versus the respondent, Bremerton School District. We'll go over the facts of the case. Full disclosure that any quotes that you see throughout the duration of this project is from the oyez.org site. So if you want to fact check me, you could just search up Kennedy v. Bremerton in the search bar, and you'll have all this information here. Back to the case. Joseph Kennedy, a high school football coach, engaged in prayer with a number of students during and after school games. His employer, the Bremerton School District, asked that he discontinue the practice in order to protect the school from a lawsuit based on violation of the Establishment Clause. Kennedy refused and instead rallied local and national television, print media, and social media to support him. Kennedy sued the school district for violating his rights under the First Amendment and Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. This district court held that because the school district suspended him solely because of the risk of constitutional liability associated with his religious conduct, its actions were justified. Kennedy appealed, and the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Ninth Circuit affirmed. And here we got the constitutional question. Is a public school employee's prayer during school sports activities and protected speech? For lack of better words, is a public school's employee's prayer during school sports activity, does it count as protected speech? And if so, can the public school employer prohibit it to avoid violating the Establishment Clause? And to answer this question, I have made three major points on both the opinion of the court and the dissenting opinions. First, we will go over the opinion of the court, starting now. The district, major point one, the district would have put Joseph A. Kennedy on administrative leave for fear of being seen as endorsing religion and violating the Establishment Clause. We have heard this before in the facts of the case. After this happened, Kennedy sued the district, arguing that it has violated his First Amendment rights of free speech and free exercise of religion. The district only acted in the interest of themselves and the government, as they have failed to act pursuant to a neutral and generally applicable rule, due to the fact that they only put restrictions on Kennedy's ability to pray and do his job after he was caught engaging in quiet prayer multiple times. A government policy will not qualify as neutral if it's specifically directed at religious practice, which we can see at the second point here. Now, we'll move on to the dissenting opinion. First point, this is actually the first thing you would see if you read the dissenting opinions, but I think this is a very important point. This case is about whether a public school must permit a school official to kneel, bow his head, and say a prayer at the center of a school event. The Constitution does not authorize, let alone require, public schools to embrace this conduct. The court has misrepresented information by excluding crucial facts and history. The argument here being that the court failed to acknowledge that Kennedy has conducted demonstrative prayer along the football field's 50-yard line and has been actively inviting his student athletes to join in his prayers for years at the same time and the same location. Here, let me fix this. There we go. On to the third point. Kennedy's actions strikes at the heart of the Establishment Clause's concerns about endorsement because he incorporated demonstrative prayer at government-sponsored school events as a daily part of said events. So, just making it part of the schedule. This was argued as a violation of the school's policies because state official di- these quotes get weirder and weirder. I'm sorry. State official directing the performance of a formal religious exercise as a part of ceremony of a school district event conflicts with settled rules pertaining to prayer exercises for students. This essentially meaning that having a school official exercise religious things on ceremonies and school events are seen as endorsing religion and therefore violating the Establishment Clause. It's with these points that we come to this conclusion of a holding count of 6-3. The opinion of the court was the winning side. It's concluded that the free exercise and free speech clauses of the First Amendment protect an individual engaging in personal religious observance from the government reprisal. The Constitution neither mandates nor permits the government to suppress such religious expression. Justice Neil Gorsuch, sorry if I pronounced that name incorrectly, authored the majority opinion of the court. The court's Lemon test and the related endorsement test are abandoned, replaced by a consideration of historical practices and understandings. Applying that test, there is no conflict between constitutional commands and the First Amendment in this case, meaning that Kennedy here was in the right. That is it.